It has been nearly 20 years since Exida was founded. That makes me think of what happened then. It's kind of amazing in many ways that we did get started. I'll start out by saying I worked for an automation manufacturer, and we were developing a safety PLC product. We called in this company I'd never heard of, TUV, to certify the product. And I found a guy from TUV and we made arrangements. We did our first audit. Rainer Faller and a couple of his engineers came over to talk to us. How'd that audit go?
Well, the audit went, we were impressed by the system, but it was not really up to the safety standards in the complete sense. So it was very focused on certain aspects and other aspects were lacking.
We failed. Rainer said, okay, very good job. He said almost the same thing during that audit as I would guess. And I said, okay, exactly how did we fail? My interpretation is that they said, we cannot help you. You have to go read the standard.
This is something that made me all my time with TUV when I was manager there very unhappy, because we saw many situations like your situation where I think a little guidance could have helped a lot to improve the product. And in the end, we should have a good product and not only a certificate.
Yeah. I went back and reported that to my boss and the company management, and they said, this is not acceptable. You're over budget. You're behind schedule. And he says, I think you better get on a plane and go over to Germany and find out what's going on. I explained things from my point of view to Rainer Faller in the office in Munich.
In certain sense, it was an eye-opening, because I understood better your approach, because the German and the American approach, or the probabilistic versus the qualitative approach that we Germans used so far at that time, were very different, and I really agreed already at that time that we as Germans need to open up and incorporate the new ideas.
Sometime after that meeting, you called me back and I said to you, you really need to change. You need to help customers understand why they fail. I was waiting to find out if the TV people would help us a little bit and tell us more about why we didn't pass. And I get a phone call, and Rainer Faller says, our management does not allow us to do that. Therefore, why don't you quit your job and I'll quit my job and we'll start a new company to do it right. I thought, this could be a lot of fun.
Yes, and I think both of our interest was to help the engineers to make products better. And this is, I think, one of the major drivers of Exida today, to help them with the right directions and to help them with initial solutions, not limiting their work, but to give thoughts for their design process.